to come. My days are in your hands, each and every one. And though you can handle any challenge that I face, 'cause you promised you'd be there every step that I take. And now that everything is in your hands, everything is in your hands, everything is in your hands. There's nothing too big that you won't be